Hi team, Nikki O'Keefe here, an ATD Senior Facilitator, and I'm here with another Toolbox tip today. And we're going to focus on leveraging templates when it comes to creating, designing, developing performance support tools, maybe an e-learning program, or even a job aid that's now in this digital space. I'm going to showcase what I have available, which is a tool that some of you may have, or it may be very related to something that you have available within your own organization. The tool today that I'll be demoing in is Articulate 360. And the one specifically I want to leverage today is Rise 360. Now, I can't speak about enough good things when it comes to this program for its ease of use as a developer and for the participant. That look and feel of the programs or the performance support tools is just stylish, modern, and clean. So I had that up just to showcase what's available within 360. But now we do have ourselves in front of our eyes Rise 360, which is just one of those elements with the Articulate 360 package. Now imagine this. Have you ever been in a situation where you need to quickly develop something, some sort of support tool for your learners, for a task that, is constantly maybe done incorrectly? Or maybe a support tool for a program, maybe a job aid, or you need some sort of activity to supplement a blended learning experience. Well, let's turn to Articulate 360 and use some templates, because that's going to help speed things up when we're in a pinch. Of course, we're never wanting to rush the designs, always thinking of the end in mind. What's that learning objective? What do we want those learners to walk away with, or more importantly, do differently when they're back on the job? But I know we're busy, resources can be tight. So I'm thinking of a particular situation in which I utilized a template to speed things along, and that was when it came to transitioning our team to remote work. I hopped in, saw what was available in terms of course templates, and then customized it to our organization. So as an internal facilitator, I work for ATD, and many of our employees were new to working remotely, and so I was able to develop a course for that specific need in about 3 or 4 days and push that out accordingly. So how would you get started with this tip? In new course, you can feel free to start your own, but as I'm suggesting today, you may want to leverage one of these course templates. It is fancy because they are all categorized for us, meaning if you want to dive straight into your leadership track, you can head there. Maybe you're working on a customer service story and you want to navigate to that space. You'll have the narrowed down options, and this is always an intriguing one, dealing with unhappy customers. Let's see what the template is all about. Option first would be to preview, to get an idea of that look and feel, what could potentially be possible when it comes to your content. It guides you with some really specific instructions. You can see how that course is laid out. Once we begin, you're going to notice that there is already a lot of content there that you may be able to keep. And then within the next stages is where you get to really make it your own. But maybe you want to keep the images because they resonate. Maybe you want to change them. It's all customizable, but at least it gives you a little bit of a head start. So that's just one example. As you saw, there were many different types of formats when it came to leadership, or maybe even compliance training. Yeah, raise your hand if you're with me doing some compliance training. I know I'm not alone in that. Sometimes we see topics that just resonate with us because, it's in every organization. So let's head to those to maybe help speed things up. These have all been tested, so they look good. They work in terms of there's no broken navigation, so that's always quite nice as well. So once you do decide on the template, you're going to hit select that template, and then you get to start making it your own. And what does that mean? Well, you get to click on it and start thinking about, what do I want this user experience to be? Maybe I want to keep it as is. Maybe I really want to add in a particular quiz because that's important to my organization. They need to be able to prove mastery. And that's where we can then definitely add in a particular element like that. Maybe a knowledge check can be added in, whether that's multiple choice, multiple response, so on. So you still have all of your blocks available even within these templates to make it your own. And then for those of you who are familiar with Rise, of course, all of those lovely tools to make sure it looks good before you publish it out are available, especially if we want to be able to get it on the different devices. Think about those learners who may be engaging in this course in those mobile platforms. Let's take a peek, make sure it looks okay. Let's pass it along as well to a couple stakeholders. That's a great thing to do before we again, make it a requirement for all learners to be a part of. But that's just one idea for you today about how you can maybe speed things up, and that's by leveraging those templates. Now, this isn't the only place in which you can grab the templates. You can also go to the Articulate website. They have many that you can download for free, but I've definitely used quite a few of them, as you can see here. Whether it's a training schedule template, or maybe I'm attending a conference and I want to do a quick recap, I can put some content in that holder and send it off and share it. So I really enjoy this tool. I hope you do as well. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me and we can brainstorm together about how to best navigate this tip. Thanks, everyone. Hope to see you next time.